What's happening, people? I hope you're all well. So, the problem with sharing music with your friends, and a lot of musicians are going to be able to relate to this. So, when you share music with people you know, you often don't get the reaction that you're hoping for. Maybe you do. Maybe some of you do. You get great support and they're sharing it, they're pushing it just as much as they'd push a famous artist and they're supporting you. But for the most part, a lot of musicians are going to run into trouble. And it on paper, it makes sense. Who would you think is going to support your music? You know, you're a new musician, you're trying to break out, and you're thinking, who better than to share it with than people I spend time with, people I know, people who said they would be interested. And then you share it with those people and you don't get the reaction that you're expecting. They say, oh, I'll check it out later, and then later never comes. You have to remind them again, or they don't even check it out, or they don't promote it and they don't push it, and they're super critical of your music. They say, oh, it's all right, you know, that type of reaction. They don't seem upbeat and excited about it. And the reason being is because they know you. They know you, and because they know you, that creates an obstacle in their mind. If it was someone that they don't know, then they would be far less skeptical. They're very skeptical of you because they know you. When someone knows you, they're comfortable with you. Have you ever known someone who they they're not as scared to show their undesirable or their flaws. They're not scared to show you their flaws because they're comfortable in your presence, and that leads to complacency. So when you know someone and say I'm a musician and I know someone well, and I say, look, I'm starting out in the music game and I'm just trying to push my music out there, and I show it to them, they're like, nah, man, that's Jordan from down the road. That's Jordan from who I used to go clubbing with. That's Jordan who I used to hang around with after school. Like, I can't see him. I can't remove that image of him from my mind. So they will never see you as who you're trying to be, improving yourself. You're trying to be the best version of yourself. They don't see you as that person. They see you as who they've always known you as. Humans are creatures of habit. They like to create blocks and label those blocks, and the block they have in your mind is whoever you used to be, not who you are today. And that's a key reason why sharing music with your friends is often a mistake. And the other one is, they'll be super critical. They will never give you the credit for how good you are. A lot of the time, they're going to be really skeptical. They're not going to tell you that your song's as good as what it is. And when you play your song to them, they're going to be looking for things that are wrong. They're going to be looking for things that are wrong with your music. They're going to be saying, oh, that was the wrong pitch, or oh, you're a little bit off beat there, or I don't know, you could have said something different in those lyrics. But if you play that exact same song, if it was the same song, same lyrics, just a different voice, but the same lyrics, same beat, same everything, and they didn't know you, they wouldn't be making those criticisms. If you play your song to someone you don't know, they may not even make those criticisms because they're not looking for something wrong. Your friends are skeptical. They're like, oh, he's trying to be a musician. And then when you play your song, they're already looking for things that are wrong. So that's the problem. And at the end of the day, they're looking for something that's wrong with your music, so they can't even enjoy your music. So this is the problem. They're not looking for something that is, they can enjoy. If it was someone you didn't know, they would be trying to enjoy the music. They don't know you. They haven't got any image of you. They're listening to you for the first time. They don't have a personal relationship with you. They've never met you before in their life, and they come across you on YouTube and they hear your song. They don't have those preconceived opinions of you, of who you used to be. It's just you're a random guy on the internet. They hear your song, they're feeling it, they're liking the vibe, and they just enjoy it. that's someone who you don't know. But people you know, they can't take it like that. The only time people you know, you get two on, I can think of two occasions on the top of my head, two scenarios. You got one, your real friends or real people in your life who support you, whether it's family or friends, and they will push your music even if they don't like it. A true friend will push your music even if they don't like your music, as long as it's not crazy in terms of offending them. If they just don't like it, they're not feeling it, but you know they're your friend, they will push it. That's rare. So if you've got people in your life who will push your music and your hustle no matter what, that's a rare person. So that's one scenario, which is rare. The next scenario is that you become rich and famous, and then all of a sudden they want to jump on the bandwagon. Then people you know will be judging your music the same as Beyonce, Drake, Jay-Z, and all of them. They won't be looking for something wrong with it, and then they'll be jumping on the bandwagon. If they're a real person in your life, a rare real person, or because you become rich and famous and they're jumping on the bandwagon. Hey, I knew that guy. I knew who he was. I used to hang around with him. That type of vibe. And truth be told, your music could be just as good as Jay-Z, Drake, Beyonce, ASAP Rocky, Tyga, Stormzy, like Wiley, or whoever. These people could be just, your song could be just as good as these people, but when your friends are listening to this, to you, they're looking for something wrong. But when they're listening to Drake, when they're listening to Billie Eilish, when they're listening to I don't know, Kelly Rowland, when they're listening to all these people, these famous people, they're not looking for something wrong, and it's a subconscious reflex action. They're not looking for something to be wrong with their music. They're looking for something to be wrong with your music, so that you can be brought back down to earth and you can all just be on that same level and hustle. It's sad, I know, but it's human nature. When you become a musician, when you take that step to become a musician, you expose yourself to human nature. Unless you're already a popular guy and you kind of make music to the guidelines of your demographic around you, and you either do it consciously or you get lucky. I saw kids back in the day when we were all making music. Some guys were lucky because, I don't know whether it was subconscious awareness, they just made the music that was kind of what everyone else was safe, and they were already popular and they became popular. But a lot of people, if you don't have that luck of the draw and you're just out here and you've got no guidance, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. And because music is such a widespread thing, when you become a musician, you will expose yourself to human nature, and human nature will expose itself to you. So you learn a lot about people, when not just music, but when you try and take that step and do something to better yourself. And a lot of human nature, unfortunately, isn't the best. So that's it. These are the problems with showing music to people you know. They'll be skeptical of it because they know you and they can't see you as who you're trying to be, and you're trying to be the best version of yourself. They can't shake off the past image of you. And also because they're not going to listen to your music to enjoy it. They're not listening like this, I liking this. I'm like, they're listening like, they're kind of looking for something wrong with it. But anyway, don't let that deter you. What do you think about what I said in this video? Let me know. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, hit the notification bell so you get a notification when I make a new video. If you appreciate my work and want to leave a donation, there's a link for that in the description. With that, enjoy the rest of your day. See you on the next one.